Graham. I'm the coordinator of the Kirstenhof Police Station Victim Support Unit. We have a victim support or victim friendly room here at the station where we will see victims of crime, or we will see victims of domestic abuse, be it men, women or children. What we often find with domestic abuse is that there is a cycle of violence, which is well known and well researched. And the cycle of violence is in the form of a circle. And at the top of the circle you have what we call a honeymoon phase. And when a relationship starts or when the marriage happens, they enter the honeymoon phase, which is a loving, warm, comfortable feeling. But as time goes on and we go around the circle as you would a clock, the abuse starts to happen until it gets really, really bad, until just before you say get to 9 o'clock on the clock, you'd start getting the violence coming out. It has been a build-up, and then he might hit her, or he might verbally abuse her, or emotionally abuse her, and the children as well, because they also get involved in it, and they're not exempt. And he will realise that he's gone too far, and he will start to apologise, and then the couple will enter the honeymoon phase again, where everything is wonderful and he's sorry, and she thinks he's going to be good to her and kind to her, because that's what she wants. But eventually that will start to change, and back we'll go around the cycle again until we get to the abuse, and then back to the honeymoon phase. And why it keeps happening is because the woman wants to be in that position where she was loved. She remembers that, and she wants that so badly, she wants that back again. She will hide it, and probably from her friends and family. Some do talk, but more often than not there is shame involved in this. The trouble with the cycle of violence is that it gets smaller and smaller. The circle gets smaller and smaller until it is only abuse, and there is no lovingness at all. And that's when very often they will come to the police station when things have got bad. Either the police have been called out because there's an abusive situation happened, or a member of the public or family member has phoned and said she needs help. And then the police will very often bring her to the station, and then we will work with the victim. To violence in homes, it's got to start with bringing our children up correctly. There's too much violence against children, and what happens when children are abused, they develop a personality disorder or various personality disorders, because we know that personality disorders are formed in childhood. A child can be affected in utero and also affected obviously from the time it's born. A child that experiences a trauma before it can actually verbalize or even really understand, somewhere it's imprinted. And we do know that trauma does carry body memories. These can affect the child as it's growing up. If a child is brought up with violence, with dad drinking, say, even mom drinking, it can affect their personality. And we know that the brain now physically is affected by this kind of abuse, so that children growing up in violence often continue to become violent in their own, when they are actually older, and certainly through adolescence and into adulthood, because children will mirror image their parents. That is why it is so important to bring up our children with love and care and empathy, so that they can grow into warm and loving human beings or adults, and so continue to bring up their children in the same way. This is the only way we are going to stop these personality disorders. We are going to stop the violence in our communities. We're even going to stop wars. This is my personal belief, that we have to start with the children.